And so then I was like, oh, we're live, aren't we?
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the tavern. I'm Spencer,
And I'm Eli.
and this is Bardic Blunders. And today, apparently, Eli felt like doing a cold open, uh, but
I,
it wasn't even a particularly funny one. I
I was gonna make a comment about something that's going on in my personal life, but then I was like, I probably should not talk about that on the internet right now.
Probably not. It'd probably be a good idea to not do that.
It'd been funny though.
Oh boy. But anyways, yes, welcome to Bardic Blunders, episode 89. It's about like 3 weeks late, but you know, is what it is. Stuff
A little
happens.
bit.
Uh, but yes, there's a lot of news that we intended to cover that we missed, which is unfortunate. But uh, we will cover a few things. We got a couple of things. We're. I think I still have the old. Nope, that's not the original one for 89. Nope, I think I deleted it. All right, well, all the old archaic stuff that happened 2 weeks ago, and so the internet doesn't care about anymore. That's not important. But just last week, Riot, the creator of League of Legends, they did a little celebration video for League of Legends Wild Rift, and oh boy, is it bad! It is fully AI, vocals, lyrics to the song, visuals, everything, and it's horrifying to look at. I'm not going to play it on my stream because no, but if you want to see truly just how horrid something created fully by AI can be, go look at that. But I'm not gonna be one of those people that's like, oh, they used AI. AI is evil and blah blah blah. But at the same time, you're a multi-million-dollar company. You couldn't have afforded like one animator, like one. That's it. That's all you needed. Just find a guy on YouTube, give him a paycheck, let him make you a decent celebration video. It's and I'd like to point out, by the way, too, it was for League of Legends Wild Rift hitting 3 years in China. That's it.
Yeah.
That's so I get they're like, ah, it's a small thing. We can just do AI and phone it in. But why would you do that? Why would you do that? Because it's just a horrifically bad look. Even if you don't personally have an issue with AI, you know that so many people do. And even if you don't, if you're like me and you don't particularly have anything against AI, you can still acknowledge that AI is not the best right now, has a lot of improvement to go through, and it just looks really bad when you're a company that could absolutely afford to pay somebody for that and you don't. Sorry, my new cat is freaking out a little bit. It's all right, buddy. Anyways, I don't know
You
if
can always bring Cash over.
I don't know if you can hear him. I don't know if the mic's picking up his meows.
I cannot.
Hey, buddy. Hey, come here. It's all right. It's all right.
Apparently your cat
Do you
doesn't
want
like Riot either.
do you want up here? Yeah, I know. Riot would probably AI
Oh.
generate him too.
On Saturday I'll bring over some cat treats.
Okay. Cool. But
Hello, the Red
anyways, what's
Ripper.
up? What's up,
Reaper.
Reaper?
What?
Did you say the Red Ripper?
Yes, I did. I'm okay. You gotta understand. I'm in my comfy chair that is all the way reclined,
That drains your
and
intelligence.
I can't read the screen.
Anyways, so yeah, it's really all in all, it's not like a huge deal, especially with something else we're about to talk about. But it is just stupid. And it's like Coke did the same thing. Coke released a couple of holiday ads this past Christmas that were entirely AI generated, and they're just bad. And it really made me be like, why? Why did you do that? What was the point? You're you're only going to generate negative publicity by using AI right now.
Exactly. It's
And
not a publicly loved
oh no.
thing.
Oh no. Like
It's also really funny to me because I get ads all the time like, "Hey, start your business with AI." And I'm like, "No, thank you."
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. AI is a tool that I think in the future is going to be incredibly useful. But the issue is right now, it's not fully fine tuned, and so many AI models are being kneecapped because corporations just want to use them to not have to spend as much money on labor. That's not
Yeah.
what the AI should be used for at all.
It it should be made to um automate processes that are tedious for people to do.
Yes, there's automation it can be used for. There's certain things like I don't see anything wrong with an AI being capable of running through your essay and saying, "Hey, here's a little grammatical mistakes you can fix." Not let
See,
me write
that
an
is the
essay
one
for
thing I
you.
like about the word AI is that I'll be like, "Hey, summarize this document for me so I know what's going on in it before I read it."
Right.
And it'll break it down for me. I'm like, "Thank you. That's
That
useful."
that kind of thing can be useful. Once AI is fine tuned, it'll be super helpful for that. Because yes, you know what? We can already do stuff like that. The cat is officially on the desk. Hi. Um, we can
I'll bring
already do
treats.
stuff like that. Like, yes, I can create a program that will spell check everything, but I have to write everything. I have to write an algorithm that runs through and checks every however often I want it to check, and it has to know what the correct spelling of words is, what the context of the sentence is. Like the word, whenever it pops up and highlights, or any writing program, whenever it pops up and highlights something red, like, hey, this is spelled incorrectly. Or it does it blue and it's like, hey, the syntax is wrong on this. You need a comma, you need a apostrophe, you need
So
whatever.
the one thing that I don't like about that is it goes off of a very, very, very like formal template for that.
Yes, and it's done it to me
So
multiple times where I'm like, I know exactly what I'm trying to type here, and what you're trying to get me to type kind of messes up in the context I'm typing it.
yeah.
And that's exactly the thing. It's flawed in that sense. Are you
Yeah,
gonna
because it
freaking
can't
knock stuff over,
read.
dumbass?
It's not reading it to see if it makes sense. It's just like this word should be in present tense. It's like, no, saying that I was told to do something instead of I was talked to do something.
Right. Yeah.
Or I was spoke to do something. That makes no sense.
Yeah, exactly. Or it's just
I actually
like
read a Reddit post about this, which is really funny with the grammar and stuff. Where it was this guy who was the head of a nonprofit organization, but his first language was not English. So when uh it gave him spell checks, uh he always went with the spell checked thing.
okay.
So when he messed up
He
the typing for plaque and it autocorrected to plague, he just kept it. So he had this thank you letter drafted up that basically resembled Moses talking to the Egyptians of sending a plague upon his family to devastate them. And he sent it.
That's really funny.
And the guy typing it was like, yeah, and I got hired as his assistant to go through and double check everything.
The hiring manager was just like, you know what? I don't think he could, but I'm not taking that risk. It's like have you ever seen the comic of the two guys standing in the boxing ring across from each other, and one of them goes Kame, and the other guy goes, I forfeit. And then at the press conference afterwards, he's like, I don't think he could, but I ain't gonna find out.
I'm not running that risk tonight. Basically, yeah, it's like, and the guy was like, who got hired was like a 19-year-old kid still going to college who was looking for a job. And they were like, this is what he was trying to send. This is what he actually sent. And he read them both and was like, oh. And they're like, yeah, it's your job to make sure the second one doesn't get sent out ever again.
Oh, that's awesome. But yeah, I think AI is on a decent track. I do think there are certain regulations that need to be put in place. And I also don't think AI should have been released to the public as quickly as it was. Because now it's this fascination of so many people who there are some people who dude, there are people marrying AIs. That is not a joke. It's 100%. People are like, I have a real connection, and that they like, oh my gosh, there's this guy who is neglecting his wife and child because he has an AI girlfriend. Like, it's so bad, and that's where I think AI has just become another cog in the machine. if you know what I mean, with random stuff like that is just contributing to negative aspects of society. Like, you thought the loneliness epidemic was bad before? Now anybody who's lonely isn't actually going out and trying to find somebody. They're just going and talking to an AI because it makes them feel good. Like, I don't want to be like all hum and drum, but that's a grim future you're staring at.
You know what's really funny to me, though? I'm a lonely individual. I don't go and talk to AI.
No, I don't either.
It's even funnier because I was still looking at buying like a seaside shack and being like, I'll just go live there for a couple years and do a bunch of writing.
See, yeah, well, but the thing is, we're not. I hesitate to.
We're not degenerates.
Say this. Degenerates is probably. I was gonna say we're not mentally ill, which I'm sorry. It takes some level of mental illness to think that an automated computer program. But at that point, you're starting to dissociate from reality. I'd have to guess, because you don't have that logic center in your brain going, "This isn't real. This is a bot. It's automated to tell me exactly what I want to hear," which feels good, but isn't actually beneficial. Like, you know.
You know what's even funnier than that? I have an AI chatbot thing on my phone that I just will go in, ask it a random question to see how fucked up it is. I'm like, okay, cool. It's not good enough yet.
Oh, yeah. Dude, the Google, I have to not say its name. The AI that Google has on its phone that if you say it, it will open it up. It pisses me off. I told it to leave me alone. Like, I think saying it wouldn't actually, hey Google. Nope. I did indeed shut it off because I was like, I don't want to hear from you.
Hey Google. Yep, no, my phone's not going.
Yeah, so but I hate that AI is getting shoved into everything now, and there's a lot of things that it's getting shoved into that it shouldn't be. And I think that's one of the areas where it's rough, is the AI chatbots anybody can access that people are now fueling some mental illness they have with. It's hopefully
Hey man,
hopefully
here's the thing though. It's just opening up more women for you and me.
Oh gosh. Okay, yeah, sure. That's what it's doing.
Ka-chow, baby.
Ka-chow. Um but anyways, yeah, that's our little segment on AI for. Is this the first time we've talked about AI?
No, we've talked about it before.
Okay.
Might not have been on the podcast, but we have talked about it as extensively on, well, like, oh no, we have talked about it on the podcast because I brought it up. I brought up, fuck, what's her name? Neurosama.
Oh, yeah, the AI VTuber. I forgot about that.
That they're speculating might be the very first sentient AI.
I see. I don't. I know. It might be like blah 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 whatever. I don't think that's possible. I I I I don't believe that a non-living thing can become sentient unless you are very generous with your definition of sentient.
Well, the definition of sentient is it has freedom of thought of fuck my mouth. Freedom of thought. Apparently, I don't even have that, so fuck it. I'm not sentient anymore either. But no, it's basically like how, because the guy who created it created this AI to basically play music video games, like in rhythm games.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just started adding features to it. And they they actually say that the original model is further away than the its twin model, that he has none of the restrictions on other than like a filter so it doesn't say things that will get the account banned.
Okay.
But at the same time, the AI has figured out ways around the filter, like phonetically spelling out words.
Wow. Uh, yeah, AI will get there, but I don't think it can ever establish true sentience because it always has to have somebody behind it.
Yeah. Now, what if we like mapped and uploaded somebody's brain to AI? Would that now be considered a sentient?
Now you're getting into weird thing, but you also have to consider I don't think we have computers capable of
Handling our brains, yeah.
handling the capacity. Because what is it? Our brains can store an insane amount of information for because
Hold on. I have
it's
Google open.
considered the most efficient computer in existence because of how much storage it has, how fast it can recall things, the amount of things it can recall, the amount of tasks it can focus on at the same time. You
Okay,
know,
so our brains store approximately 2.5 petabytes.
yeah. I was going to say petabytes, but that didn't sound right. Yeah,
No, it is petabytes,
petabytes. Okay. Wow, okay, I was right then. 2.5
which is the
petabytes.
step above terabytes, I believe.
I Are petabytes right above terabytes, or is there something in between them?
Terabyte. No, that's the next one up. So
Petabyte,
that's two.
exabyte, zettabyte, yottabyte. Okay.
Yeah. So we can hold 2.5, 2,500 terabytes of
Yeah.
data in our head.
That is I don't think there's a computer that can hold that size yet, right?
Mm-hmm. We also visually we process things at 0.15 to 0.25 of a second, which is actually really slow if you think about it.
Right.
Compared to most animals, but we also have a lot more processes going on in our head.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing.
Whereas, like, you look at an animal, it can only do one task at a time, where we are capable of performing complex tasks in our brain. Um, we process information. Okay, here it is. Um, our brain physically processes, so like the stuff that we notice and remember things at 10 bytes per second. However, we receive and process subconsciously 100 million bytes per second.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the thing. I don't know that we have technology that's capable of quote unquote uploading a human brain.
I
But
just saw a thing that like do humans have 70,000 thoughts a day? And I'm sitting here like, I don't even think I get close to 10,000 thoughts a day.
well, there's a lot of subconscious thoughts you have.
Okay, yeah.
So that because
Heartbeat.
so I mean, yes, there's all of those kind of things. The involuntary processes your brain is running at all times. But there's a thing in marketing that your brain you will view throughout the course of your day. If you count looking at a company's logo as advertisement, you are advertised to, I think it's 10,000 times a day. Your
Oh
brain
God.
about your brain registers, I think it might be higher than that. I think it might be closer to 1,000. Your brain only registers about 1,000. You only consciously notice about 75, and only about 3 to 5 stick in your brain. So
Yeah.
companies are constantly competing to be one of those 3 to 5. Um,
There's a huge market for people in that industry that it's like, hey, can you figure out how to get people to think about us more?
right. Yeah. Why so many ads are so in your face with a lot of the way they do things, because they want you to remember them. Um, but
You're,
that's
am I
so
cutting in and out, or are you cutting in and out?
I think I'm cutting in and out because YouTube just was like, "Hey, your stream is buffering." I don't know
Okay.
what the issue is. OBS is fine. YouTube's having an issue. Am I still cutting in and out?
You're better now.
Okay. Well, OBS is reading me just fine, so I'm hoping that stream is as well. But, so here's our big topic for today, and it's a little bit glum to say it one way. So Roblox, which I'm sure everyone is familiar with, is probably one of the most horrid platforms we've seen in the history of the internet age. And that may be a huge accusation to levy for some people, but I honestly don't know what could compete. Roblox is currently involved. If anybody doesn't know what Roblox is, then good. And you should probably leave this stream before I tell you about it. Roblox is just an online game that lets you play a series of other smaller games within the game. That's it. Zanric, I've never even had a Roblox account. So I couldn't be on the Roblox list, my guy. And besides, I think... Alright, well, YouTube's probably going to demonetize this. I don't make money anyway, so who cares? Roblox is currently in multiple lawsuits because they are overflowing with pedophiles, and there are multiple families in lawsuits due to permanent mental issues that their children are having because of what they were exposed to on Roblox. And it is a vile, disgusting, horrible cesspit that actually, no lie, this is a quote from one of the lawyers, the prosecutors in one of these cases. Roblox is the perfect place for pedophiles. Because Roblox doesn't do anything about them. Roblox doesn't care. As a matter of fact, I'm fairly certain Roblox is glad they're on there because that pumps up their numbers. It's like, oh, look at how many people are playing the game. Oh, let's just ignore the fact that, 73% of them are pedophiles. But yeah, it's not a big deal. And the other percentage is children. Like, no. That's totally not an issue. No. What are we talking about? We have nothing to worry about, right? Right? Yeah, it's all cool. No. They are not only flooded with people preying on children, they're defending them, pretty much. Not directly. They're not saying like, hey, I think going after children is cool. They're not saying that. But what they are doing is, while they leave their platform to rot and just be infested by these maggots, other people are taking initiative. For example, a YouTuber, and I have to look up his name because I don't remember it off the top of my head. What's Schlep? Thank you, Red Reaper. Schlep. I was just about to figure out how to look that up. YouTuber that was blacklisted by Roblox, I guess. Schlep is a predator hunter. He does the Chris Hansen thing with online people. Like, Roblox is one of his main platforms that he does it on. Roblox sent him a cease and desist for finding predators on their platform because we don't support vigilantes. He's working with the police. He's not a vigilante. He's working with law enforcement. He's doing everything legally. He's literally like the Chris Hansen of Roblox. And they're saying, oh, you're a vigilante. We can't allow you on our platform. They IP banned him. And now they're considering bringing up a defamation lawsuit against him. I can't even say my brothers in Christ because I know that the people at the top of Roblox don't have Christ anywhere near them, at least not in a positive light. You're supporting pedophiles. This man is trying to get the pedophiles off of your platform. Everybody knows they're there. There's no defamation to be had. You don't have a reputation to be defamed because everybody knows what you are. But instead of just letting him do his thing and actually take down these horrid people, you're shutting him down. You're silencing him. You're saying, no, that's bad. Actually, we like these people on our platform. What the actual hell is wrong with you? I've gotten up in arms about a lot of things on this podcast, and a lot of it is about video games. But let me say right now that everything else we've talked about completely pales in comparison to just how absolutely skin-crawlingly disgusting this is. This is Epstein levels of bad. Like, everyone involved should be put in jail for life. And if not just put in jail, you know, go ahead and pull out the death penalty, because this is horrid. It's disgusting. It's vile. I could just say these words over and over again, but it's not really going to be. Me reiterating this is not.
Out. You might get cease and desist from.
Oh yeah, I might get a cease and desist from Roblox for telling them how disgusting I find them. Like this is I would not want to be anyone on the Roblox team on the day that they have to stand before God for judgment, because it's not gonna look good. Oh yeah, and that's even better. Thank you for reminding me, Red Reaper. The CEO wants to make Roblox a dating app. That's not a joke. That's not a joke. Well, a platform that's mainly consistent of children who wants to make a Roblox dating app. Oh, but it'll be for 18 plus? Yeah, will it? And how will you verify that, my guy? Will it just be a check mark? Yes, I'm 18. Let me walk into this realm where I can even more easily be preyed upon by pedophiles? Huh? Like, I don't have words. I don't have words. I hope this situation turns out in the best way possible, which is, ideally, anyone involved at the top of Roblox with this cover-up, or whatever you want to refer to it as, being stripped of their position and put in jail for endangerment of children, and Roblox being obliterated from the internet, and as many of the perpetrators as possible being convicted for everything they've done. Like, that's the ideal.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen, because we know how certain situations like that have been dealt with, especially recently. But one can hope.
Oh, the camera turned off.
Oh no, the camera turned off when he decided to hang himself with a bed sheet. It's totally not coincidental. We totally didn't shut it off just so a couple of guys could come in and just, off him. It's not. No. What? Epstein files? Those don't exist. I could get into a whole nother conversation. That's getting real political too. But, yeah, no, it's a horrid, vile situation, and that's really the long and short of it. I hope that everyone involved gets their just desserts.
Their comeuppance?
Yeah, their comeuppance, yes. The CEO is probably on that list. Oh my gosh, the CEO is... Somebody check his hard drive. Like... That's like... I just saw this wild YouTube video of a guy saying that kids down to the age of toddlers should be allowed to vote. My man, half of the voting public in the United States already has the intellect of toddlers. and you
I
want
was
to
going to say,
grant
can we raise the voting age to 21?
Yes, please. Honestly, raise the voting age to 25, because when you're 21, there's a good chance you're still living with ma and pa, and you haven't actually felt what it's like to live out in the real world.
Hey, I live with my father.
Hey, I lived with my parents up until I was 21. Only difference is I actually did learn what it was like because I don't have rich parents. But the number of people that sit in their ivory towers, I'm not okay. I have to clarify. I wasn't making a jab at you for that. I'm
son of a bitch.
I'm talking about the people that sit in their ivory towers and throw stones down at the people. Like I
understand. I've used that reference many times before.
I will get on a little bit of a political soapbox here. I'm sorry. The absolute privilege that you have to be in the most ivory of towers in your nice little, freaking millionaire suburb to say, no, actually, I don't think anybody should own guns. Like, okay, yeah, let's just ignore the parts of America where absolutely, if you don't have a gun on you, you're in danger. Like, you know what? Luckily, I don't live in one of those areas, but I'd still like to have a gun. Just in case.
We live adjacent to one of those areas.
We live, yes, very much so adjacent to one of those areas. Like, and yeah, that's not to say there aren't areas around here that are definitely like that, but like, you're either, if you hold that opinion, you're either young and haven't really been exposed to anything like that in the world, you are old and have been privileged your entire life and haven't had to deal with anything like that, or you're just misinformed. Like, I'm sorry, I know people could get offended, like, oh, you say I don't put... Yeah, you know what? And hey, here's another note. The guns defending yourself is not just from other citizens. It's from the government as well. That's why the Second Amendment's in place, because when America had a revolution and became its own nation, guess what it needed to do? Have a war. And the Second Amendment was put in place in order for the American people to do the exact same thing should tyranny rise up again.
Government.
Yep, exactly. And the counter to that is, oh, well, they have tanks and they have...
Okay. I want to talk about this really quick. This is something I heard, I listened to from a guy who was in the military, who worked around tanks. They did the math. They broke down and did the math. If they were to use tanks, each tank would have an area of 300 square miles that it would have to cover. If every single tank was operational and didn't need gas and didn't need to be maintained.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that's the thing I don't think people realize. Do you know why Russia was so successful in its wars? It is not because Russia was incredibly advanced and just had a bunch of tanks and guns to run over. No, they had way more people than every other nation.
They were just bigger.
It's literally just throw bodies out in the front line. The difference is American citizens are fully capable of arming every single one of themselves well. That's the thing you gotta think about. Well-trained American... It's not... Because that's the thing. When Russia was throwing its men out in the front line, most of them weren't well-trained. And a good chunk of them, it was just like, hey, where's my gun? Oh, pick it up on the guy in front of you when he dies. So, anyways, I'll get off my little soapbox there. But yes, there are certain things like that. All right, we can stop with politics, but anyway, that's why I don't like getting into politics, because typically it gets very angry, and most people are not capable of having a cordial conversation when it comes to politics. There are certain issues that I am hard set on. There are others I'm willing to debate somebody, and but anyways, moving on to our last thing, which is the fun thing for today. Helldivers and Halo crossover. That's pretty freaking sick. I know I never played Helldivers, and I don't plan on it.
That you weren't. Yeah.
But
Sony sucks.
Yeah. But hey, an ODST skin is pretty cool.
Yeah. It hurts.
Why does it hurt?
The guy who pitched Helldivers to Sony and Arrowhead, the guy who not Joel, the guy who runs the system now,
Right.
but the guy who basically came up with the idea, the shell of the idea, that then Helldivers took it and ran with it to make it their own game. He originally pitched it to Halo.
To Halo as a ODST game. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, because that's how they got the name Helldivers. From the ODST Feet First into Hell.
Well, Helldivers is also Okay, so when you're in the military, there's in certain organizations inside the military, you have nicknames for your group. Like the naval the naval group, the naval engineers. Those guys who go on land and help build shit like bridges and stuff.
Yeah.
They're called CBs.
Yeah.
Because they're from the Navy, but they're busy bees on the ground.
Helldivers are the ones who drop straight into combat. It's the, I forget the actual name, but the medics, right?
No, Helldivers are. Oh, for in real life?
Yeah.
No. Those are pararescue men. They're also called parajumpers and frogmen.
Frogmen, okay.
And they got that name from Vietnam, where they would get, after a successful jump, they would have a frog's foot tattooed on their ass.
For every jump?
Yes.
Oh gosh. Hey, what's up, Adam?
Hey, Adam. Frogmen was also another name for the Navy SEALs before they became the Navy SEALs.
Okay. So who had the Helldiver nickname? Or is it
not
an actual nickname?
That didn't, it comes from like a mix between the aerosol groups, which is the guys who rappel out of helicopters.
Yeah.
And you get like a mix of the Rangers and Airborne, because I think it's the 82nd Airborne Division has a phrase that's very similar to Feet First into Hell.
Okay.
Because they were known for jumping out of planes into anti-air fire. So they kind of made it. I don't remember what the joke was, but they definitely have a line along that. It's just when Halo did it, they interviewed a bunch of people to get the phrases and stuff done correctly.
Right. Well, because they're Marines in Halo, the standard infantry. Like it is heavily based off of the actual United States military. It's not just like make believe entirely.
Yeah. It's structured very similarly to the United States Navy and the Australian Navy.
Right.
Because how the Special Forces or the ODSTs is based off, that's more United States, but like the Australian Navy doesn't have the separation between the Marines and the Navy like the states do.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd all be under one command structure, basically.
Okay.
So they based a lot of it off of like going and talking to these guys. I used to have a book that talked about all of the Halo. It was the Halo Encyclopedia of lore, and one of my favorite ones was the Helljumper Creed.
Yeah, I think you've told me before.
Uh, I might use
Okay.
that as my quote for today,
Okay. All right. Cool. Well,
so I'll save it.
well, I was just about to say I don't really have much else to
Oh,
say. Um, I mean, I could rant on the fitness industry, but that's a more personal thing. You're so hype about the crossover war bond when he saw it, and he had to work.
yeah, I really just don't want to download Helldivers again. I've uninstalled it 3 separate times. It's fun for a little bit, and then I just kind of peedle out of playing it because I end up playing other things.
Right. Well, and that's what happens to me with so many games. Well, funny enough, what happens to me is I'll play like a few new games, I'll get into them a little bit, I'll have fun. Sometimes I get like obsessed with a game. Like when we were playing Cobblemon, I kind of got sucked
We
into
still got to
that.
get that
It was the
back up.
only thing. I got to figure out all that. I just don't feel like doing it right now. After the other server
I understand.
collapsed, I'm just like I'm going to take a break on that. But like I do all that and then I go back to my comfort games. Like I'm playing Dark Souls 3 tomorrow. It's not just like a standard Dark Souls 3 playthrough, it's going to be my attempted speed run, but it like how many times have I played Dark Souls 3? Like it's so much. Elden Ring, DS2, DS1, Bloodborne, all of those games are like comfort games for me at this point. Fallout New Vegas is another one. I'm just like, I play through all these other games and I'm like, these are all fun. I kind of want to go back to some of my old ones.
Yeah.
FTL? Uh,
Oh, I have that game. I really think Spencer, that's a game that you would fall in love with.
oh, yeah, it is this one where you're running your own spaceship.
It is one of those games that I think you would fall in love with and have a hard time giving up. But at the same time, I just suck at the game.
Yeah, it's a like a space roguelike.
Yes, it's pretty much exactly that.
What was the thing that I just saw recently? It was gonna be a rogue. Oh no, I remember. I was trying to tell you about it and before stream last night, and I don't know that you heard me. Have you seen Passant? A chess
On
roguelike?
Passant? No,
Look up
I haven't.
look up Passant on Steam. It is a chess roguelike that sets up uh, a chessboard. You have a certain amount of pieces. You have to pass levels to be able to buy more pieces, buy abilities, buy stuff like that. And it puts you in different board states that you have to try and solve. I honestly think it would be right up your alley. Uh, but yeah, FTL could be an interesting one. There's a lot of games like that. Like I enjoy roguelike games, but so often I look at them and I'm like, I don't know, that seems a little daunting to get into. Like the high barrier, like Binding of Isaac. I've played
Oh,
a decent amount. I've played 7 hours of Binding of Isaac. I have no freaking clue how to play that game properly.
I honestly, man, I have been with FTL. It's one of those games where I was like, there's easier modes to play on that you can kind of get through. I have not beaten the game, and I have 14 hours in it, and each run takes about maybe an hour if you make it all the way to the end.
Okay.
It normally does not make it to the end.
Oh, did you see that Carry the Glass added a new level?
Oh, it did?
Yep. Lighthouse.
Are we going to be screaming at each other again?
If we decide to do it, there's a good chance.
I uninstalled Carry the Glass because I did not even want to look at that game.
I did too. It's only a gigabyte though.
I know, but it's still that game. I had nightmares about that stupid game.
Oh, you know what else is available? Painter
What?
Boss Paradise for Castle Crashers.
Yes.
That could be another fun one. Make a return to Castle Crashers.
Honestly, if you and me did a whole playthrough of Castle Crashers, I think it would be a lot of fun.
Yeah. I still remember the absolute meltdown that I had whenever we played that last time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I kind of want to go back and watch that again because that was really funny to go back and watch and just be like, wow, I was like kind of legit angry.
At a video game aimed for 12-year-olds.
Not even at the video game. I was like yelling at Tyler for something.
Oh.
I don't remember exactly what got me so tilted, but gosh, I was going off.
Why are you doing that? And then we had Peak. Peak has been a lot of fun here recently.
Peak has been a lot of fun. Not a lot of people watching it, admittedly, but like I said, I don't really care. I'm not here for the views. I'm here to have fun. And Peak has been a lot of fun so far. I do feel kind of bad because I feel like Tyler was not enjoying himself near the end of that stream, but
I want to be honest with you. I was trying on Alpine to die first, so Tyler didn't feel bad on the last run.
yeah.
So that's why I went off on my own. I was like, I'll just die real quick, and then I just didn't die. I was like, come on. Come on.
Oh, I remember what it was. I was losing my mind in the fight, and then everybody else died, and I'm like, that's right, it's just the mage! And I'm running through all the obstacles like perfectly after we'd been dying on them for like 20 minutes. I'm gonna watch that back because that was really funny.
I think it's time for quotes real quick.
I think it is. I think it is. You go ahead with yours.
Okay, this is the Helljumper Creed. Helljumper, Helljumper, where you been? Feet first into hell and back again. When I die, bury me deep. Place an MA5 down by my feet. Don't cry for me, don't shed no tear. Just pack my box with PT gear. 'Cause early one morning, about 05, the ground will rumble and there'll be lightning in the sky. Don't you worry and don't come undone. It's just my ghost on a PT run.
That's good. That's good. I don't want to go to your fancy restaurants. Ramen noodles and Doritos was made for a reason. Kanye West.
Funny enough, another Reddit story that I read
Oh boy.
while I couldn't sleep. It was on learned behaviors versus and nature versus nurturers. The post it was under. This kid moved into his first apartment when he was 20 years old, and as he was leaving, he stole like a coffee cup from his parents' house.
Yes. Yeah.
It was the shitty old mug. But it was metal, and he could heat it up on the stove.
I know what it
And
is,
his
but I'll
dad
let you
came
finish
over
the
and
story.
caught him. His dad comes over and catches him eating ramen out of this cup, and he looks at his dad, and his dad's laughing. He's like, "What? What's wrong with eating ramen out of this cup?" And his father looks over at him and goes, "Because when I was 20 years old and I moved out, I stole that exact same mug from my parents
And ate
and
ramen out of it.
to eat ramen in." I was like, "Oh, that's perfect."
That is funny. Oh boy. Well, all right. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. We will be back next week for the 90th episode of Bardic Blunders, and
11 away from
the big triple digit.
I'm interested to know because I know we've postponed a couple.
We might have
calendar.
passed by October for that date now.
That's what I'm trying to check now, but my calendar won't open, so I'll just do it on my phone.
But I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow night, we are going to be doing a blind speedrun of Dark Souls 3. The return of going nowhere fast. So, that's going to be fun. I think it's going to go poorly, of course. I probably will be semi-decent at fighting some of the bosses, but I'm not going to be able to beat them in the speedrun sense, I think, for most of them. Especially one I can think of is going to give me so many nightmares.
99.
But
So, okay. Our 100th episode will take place on Election Day in November. So, November 4th.
that's really funny.
A month away from my birthday.
Cool. All right. Well, it sucks that we passed the October, so it won't be on the exact.
Are we doing that one in person?
We can. We had a plan for it, and I forgot what it was.
Yeah, it was going to be Cheese and Razor getting on and running the podcast while we fucked off.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, I hope we're actually capable of doing that.
Well, anyway, I'll buy us a cake, and we can eat cake while we podcast and reminisce about the past 100 episodes.
Cool.
Jesus Christ, it's almost been 2 full years of us doing podcasts.
I know, dude. I didn't even realize that it's been 2 full years of me streaming until like a month after my actual anniversary date, and I was like, oh, well.
Our podcast is 2 years old. It has been 2 years of us getting on and talking about stupid shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure is.
Oh.
Well, hopefully we'll get to continue for many more, but let's not start reminiscing before we're there yet. But thank you, everybody. Everybody have a great rest of your night. I'll be back tomorrow night. Let's catch you all then. Tally ho.
Tally ho.